Hey lovelies, welcome back to another Sims 4 tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to build a sunken room. So first I'm going to explain the basic method of building a sunken room, and I promise it's super easy. So first of all, I'm building a room and I will now delete the ceiling so there is more light and we see what's going on. I now click on this arrow to increase the foundation height. And now I'm building a room in the center. Once again, I'm deleting the ceiling just so there is more light. And now I can simply use the sledgehammer tool, you can see it up here, and I click on the floor in the center, and as you can see, it simply disappears. I can now delete the walls. And we have a sunken area. Of course, this doesn't look good, so this is just the basic method behind it. So I'm going to bulldoze the lot and we're going to start building a proper sunken living room. So once again, we are starting by building a room. We're going to increase the foundation height. How high you want your foundation comes down to personal preference. You can make it higher or a bit lower. And now I'm building a room over here, and in a second you will know why, and a wall over here. I'm going to add some lights because this is really super dark. So we have these rooms now, and once again I'm using my sledgehammer tool, and in this case I will delete this area here. And now I'm going to delete the walls. So now I can simply add some stairs to this. I want to add some stairs over here, and I want to have some stairs over here. Again, this comes down to personal preference, so it totally depends what you like for the house that you are building. And now I'm adjusting the size of this area here because I built it just so I would have an area to place these stairs. But as you saw, this area was a bit too big, so I simply made it a tad smaller. I'm going to apply a color to the foundation so it looks nice. And of course, I also need some stairs over here so the Sims will be able to walk down. I'm also going to add a foundation here on the outside. This would be some type of patio area, so your Sims can walk up the patio area. Then they can enter the house over here, so they can walk into the house and walk down the stairs. This doesn't look good. This is just a crazy looking box, but I'm not building a proper house here. I'm just showing you how you could build a sunken living room area, so bear with me. So now I'm going to add a fence. I'm using a couple of things that belong to packs, but as I said, this tutorial is completely base game compatible, so you can simply use some base game fences and a railing. This is just for the looks. You could use whatever you like, really. So now when we want to add a floor, we simply build the floor on the grass. So we drag it like this, and now we have a floor. And these rooms are fully closed functional rooms. I know that this is a bit tricky with some tutorials, the angled window facade, for example. But here it's a fully closed room. It's not a problem with any lighting or something, even though there has been a little bug going on that affects the light. Sometimes rooms are darker than they are supposed to be. So if you are dealing with something like this, just so you know, it's just a bug and it will probably or hopefully be fixed very soon. So now we are going to take a look at what's going on up here. So I want to get rid of this ceiling. So I simply click on this area here, and when I click on the yellow area, I can remove the ceiling. And now we go to this level. I have activated the grid by pressing G. And I'm going to place a piece of foundation here. This way your Sims can walk up here, and I will build a fence over here so it's like an open area so your Sims can walk up and they can look down. And now we will build some walls around this. You could technically use the room tool for this, but when you use the room tool, it will close up this area here that we purposely left open. So we simply use the wall tool and then we just go one level up. We use a piece of floor and we simply close the ceiling like this. So I have now added a bit of color, a couple of windows so you can see what this could look like. But of course we also want to expand the house because at this point we only have this area, only a living room or something. So you can simply use the room tool or the wall tool and you can add something to this house. This is not tricky. You can simply add something. It doesn't destroy what you have built, for example, because with some split level methods or something it could be tricky, but here you simply add something and now your Sims could walk up here, for example, and here would be another area. So let's say you want to add another area like this. You could also simply build a room in the center of a room as I've shown you in the very beginning, and what you could do is you could simply build some stairs and you could have another sunken area. You could build a dining table down here, for example. So this is something for kind of a very traditional proper house layout. You have this landing over here, which is really beautiful in my opinion, and you have this area. This reminds me of some type of American sitcom or something. You could build really traditional beautiful family homes with this, but you could also simply remove an area in the center. You could have a dance floor down here if you're building some type of party area, or just the living room, a couple of sofas and some type of glass fans around it if you're building something that's modern, so you can be really creative with this. You could also build this in the back in a garden. You could build a pool down here. You could build a hot tub down here. There are endless possibilities, so you just have to keep in mind that whenever you are adding an area like this, it opens up the ceiling. So you simply go up to this level and just like we've done over here, you simply close the ceiling up again and then it works perfectly fine. So sometimes these type of builds, depending on where you build the sunken area, cause some issues with some walls. If this happens, if a wall is not going down or if you cannot make it go up, for example, you can simply add a piece of foundation on the outside, just like we've done here. As you can see, this wall, for example, is behaving completely normal. So if you should run into any problem like this, you can simply build a foundation on the outside, just so you know, in case you need this fixed. And this is it, guys. This was a very quick and simple tutorial about sunken rooms. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.